Elias lived a life painted in shades of gray. His apartment, his job, his own reflection, all of it was faded, like a photograph left in the sun for too long. But across the courtyard, there was Nina. Her life was a splash of brilliant color. He watched her every day from his window, a ghost haunting the edges of her perfect world. He saw her laugh with her handsome boyfriend, Marco. He saw them dance in their kitchen. They were a beautiful story, and Elias was the lonely man reading it from afar. He knew her routine better than his own. He knew Marco was leaving for a week-long business trip. And when the door to their apartment clicked shut and Marco was gone, the thought that had been growing in Elias's mind finally took root. This was his chance. Not to hurt her. Not to scare her. But to fix things. That night he slipped across the courtyard and picked the lock on her door. The apartment was quiet. He moved through the space not like a thief, but like a man coming home. He went to the bathroom and found Marco's things. He took the expensive aftershave and replaced it with his own cheap brand. He went to the closet, removed Marco's tailored shirts, and hung up his own worn-out, identical ones. He swapped their shoes, their books, even the photo on the bedside table, replacing Marco's smiling face with a photoshopped picture of himself next to Nina. He was performing a careful, quiet surgery, cutting Marco out of the picture so he could finally take his rightful place. A few days later, the police showed up. Not at Nina's apartment, but at his. They asked him questions he didn't understand. They were looking for a missing person. But the audience, who had been watching Elias with a growing sense of dread, was about to learn the real, twisted truth. The truth that made everything 10 times more ducked up. Nina did not exist. Marco did not exist. The apartment across the courtyard was empty. It had been empty for years. There was no vibrant life, no beautiful story. There was only Elias, a man so broken by his own emptiness that he had projected a world of color onto a blank wall. He had been breaking into an empty apartment, arranging his own things in a strange, sad shrine to a woman who was never there. The police weren't looking for Nina. The missing person report had been filed by Elias's landlord. They were looking for him. The final scene took place in a cold, white room. A detective sat across from Elias, his face tired. "We know you were in there, Elias. We found your things all over the place. Just tell us where she is. Where is Nina?" Elias looked up from his hands. The gray was gone from his eyes. He looked peaceful. He looked complete. A slow, blissful smile spread across his face, a smile of pure, secret joy. And as he stared at the detective, the final thought echoed in the theater of his mind, a thought that was his ultimate truth. How can they be looking for her? I didn't get rid of her. I saved her. She's right here. She's safe now. She's me.